Now, I wanted to ask you, I got a chance to check out your podcast. I was watching the episode with Mac. Man, shout out to Mac. You know, glad he home. That 21 Summers is banging. I wanted to ask you, what made you start that podcast, Chopping Up Game with the OG?
See, I started the podcast maybe probably like 5 years ago.
Okay.
It was me and my little sister, right? But I ain't understand how to get the money. The first people I interviewed was UNLV. I mean, it was
Wow.
Partners in Crime. And Partners in Crime gave me a story that they never gave nobody. They gave me the story of how them and UNLV started beefing. And when I got the podcast back, I had to rethink that shit because I didn't understand the game of it. Like I had just been doing this shit for fun. Right? And I'm like, well, I'm too old to be doing that. That's not about to happen. So I had to fall back for a minute. Cause motherfuckers been like, when you gonna do the podcast? And then I started meeting some people. One day a dude, Terrence just popped on my live one day when we talked and he said, you need to pop back over the podcast. I said, make it happen. 3 weeks later we were shooting. Only problem that I thought about chopping game was like I know I like that and chopping it up. I never wanted the shit to seem like a job.
Right,
Right?
right.
It's like because the shit becomes scheduled and I don't work for nobody. I ain't even work for my motherfucking self. So you know I'm not about to work for nobody else.
Right.
So the scariest part about that shit was having to go sit there and talk about shit and not constantly talk about the same shit. Or one day going there and not feeling like talking. But that's why I pulled my motherfucking OG in. Because we really joke like that. Like so for us, for y'all to be chopping game, for me and him to be jokes, we getting to it and everything on that bitch. But you get to see two real motherfuckers who really fuck with each other, but we don't agree on everything each other say. We fighting for the same reason, but I wish the fuck I would agree with everything a nigga say. It's not about to happen.
I mean, y'all
And
having
that's my
real
OG. But it's
conversation.
some shit that he say that I be like, man, you lost your fucking mind. Oh, y'all gonna say, y'all gonna see one with D1 on there. This shit gonna be crazy. It's gonna look like we hate each other, but that's us fighting. That's what we do. And we don't have no problem with motherfuckers saying that because 2 days later, we laughing our ass off. Matter of fact, we went out last night and got drunk as a motherfucker. But we understand it like it's real friendship. So we don't give a fuck about how no nigga feel or how no motherfucker take it. You take it how you want to take it. That's on you. This shit real. It's uncut. And that's why I think people gravitating into the podcast because they ain't never seen no shit like that. We don't know what the fuck we gonna talk about when we get up there. You can't tell us what to ask you. We can't ask you. And we pick our guests. Because motherfuckers always be like, I want to get on the podcast. I want to get on. We don't do that. We say who we want on the podcast. Because if a motherfucker ain't got no game or nothing to run in that seat, you're not about to sit there. Shit somewhere else. But if that's the case, me and G could joke all night. We got all kind of shit to talk about. So we don't need you. You ain't going to do nothing. Be sitting there looking like a motherfucking fool.
Right, ain't got nothing to talk about. But I like I said, I checked out this
But
episode with Mac.
the podcast really about like saving the young niggas. Like
Mm-hmm.
at first I wasn't gonna put no youngsters on there, right? But then we started saying, damn, like last week we had a meeting and we was like, man, we about to pull some of these young dudes up here. We won't see what the problem is. Even though we know, we want them to say it. Cause you know when the old nigga say something about the old nigga, they feel some kind of way, even though we don't give a fuck, but we want them to know that's how these little dudes feel. You trying to keep up with them. You thinking you could tell them what to do. You're not their daddy. You ain't never did a fucking thing for them. Slow down with your old lad. That's why they do you like that. Instead of you coming in that bitch, giving them some game, not telling them what to do, telling them it's another option. Treat him like a man. Ain't no such thing as he got to respect you more and all that fake ass. Man, respect is one word. Ain't no respecting no nigga moment. That nigga make that decision. You don't just because a motherfucker 80 years old don't mean you have to give them extra respect if you don't want to. You choose that shit.
Yeah.
But older motherfuckers will think they deserve to be over respected when you ain't giving them. I pitch that shit because you gonna give it back to me. Ooh, but I'm gonna give it to you first though. And that's why I don't never really have no problem with them to do because I approach them with respect. I'm talking to a man, you're a man, nigga. I wouldn't give fuck 14, 15. I don't know what you've been through.
No doubt.
I know. I look at it as this, right? I talk to them how I would expect it in my time an older motherfucker to talk to me. Cause if a motherfucker would have told me something out the way, I told him, fuck you. You get the fuck from around me with your old ass. So I don't approach him like that. Like some of them the dudes be needing love. They don't need all that aggressive ass, fake ass shit niggas be trying to give me. You talking about you been in the streets and that nigga don't want to hear that fake ass shit. You stupid. If you still in the streets, you stupid old motherfucker. You should be trying to teach that little dude how to get out the streets. Them old niggas don't be doing that.
Exactly.
Ain't no in the world nigga gonna be that old, you still stuck in the streets. I ain't telling you no nigga can't dibble and dab. But like, don't do them little dudes there, bro. Like, don't play them little dudes like the streets is gonna get them. That shit a myth. And tell him it's a myth. Nigga, you better get your money and get the fuck out the way. You better figure out what you gonna do. And I don't cut no corners with them. I'm gonna tell them what's real.
Oh,
And they understand that. But I know how to talk to them. Just cause you, like, sometimes, let me tell you what will happen. Bro. Like, a person will miss the message because of how you tell them, right? Like, you'll be like, say you stupid bitch, you did this. The message gone. You missed it. You know why? Because they looking at how you disrespect me. I never do that. Ooh, if I'm going, boy, if I got a good message to tell you and you done some stupid shit, boy, I'm going to get this shit to you so soon. Come here, man. You want to get something to eat or something? I'm going to put you in your calmest state because I'm trying to do something for you. I don't want you to make that mistake again. Then once we sit down eating that few drinks and say, you know that shit you did yesterday, you know that was stupid as a motherfucker. How could you do that? But he had a calm state, so he understands it. I'm giving it to him through love. Like, I ain't trying to shit on you. I'm telling you this because I don't want you to make that mistake. You're a part of my chain. My chain ain't weak. We're not doing that. But they gotta learn. If nobody don't teach them, you gotta make mistakes. We don't allow them to make no mistakes. Yeah, because there's a lot of these stupid ass niggas who ain't never been in those streets trying to tell them the dudes what's going on in the streets. Them niggas ain't survived the streets. They lying on. Niggas wasn't in those streets, but them niggas just happened to make it. You know why they made it? Because they wasn't in the streets. Like 25% of my partners who was really, it's 25% of the left, right? In my era. But there's a whole lot of motherfuckers who wasn't in the streets, and I don't knock that, right? But if you ain't never been in the streets like that, you can't lead them to dudes through no problems that's going on in the streets. You're going to tell them kill everybody because you're going to think they can't solve no problems. Listen, if you owe a nigga some money, man, get that man his fucking money. You know you wrong. What you doing? So you want beef because you ain't get, no, not wrong. We not about to do that. That you stupid. What you broke? Being OG ain't getting shit popping. It's stopping that shit from getting popping. It's not happening on my watch. I die in the middle of it first, and I ain't got no motherfucking problem with it. Man. It's not about to happen. Ain't gonna happen. I'm not doing it. Niggas ain't walking no road I walk. Ain't nowhere in the world.